And it's our last day in Melbourne.
Good morning.
Good morning. What time is it?
10, almost 10. We're checking out of our Airbnb.
Yes.
And then we're gonna go get some food because we haven't eaten yet. And coffee, more importantly. And then we're gonna try to be a little bit touristy. We've got about 5 hours before we have to head back to the airport. So Chinatown here is definitely in order, probably for lunch. And street art, I think we're just gonna kind of wander around and see that. There's a lot more to do in Melbourne, but we don't have a lot of time, so we're trying to make the most of it.
Let's go. Breakfast check. Nice little cafe.
Oh, so good.
Yummy egg dish. We'll add pictures of it. Bacon, egg, veggies. Really nice.
Tomato sauce, tomato.
So now we're headed to Flinders Lane to walk through and check out some street art. So let's go. Jenny's proud. We only brought these small backpacks for our trip in the weekend. So 2 nights, 3 days, doing pretty good. So that way we don't have to leave our bags anywhere, mainly because we didn't have the option at our Airbnb.
And they're not that heavy. Usually I have a little bit more of a hard time than him packing light, so I'm just very proud of myself.
All right, game plan today, Jenny.
It's almost 12. We have to leave here for the airport about 3:30. We're just trying to pack whatever we can into 3 hours. Today will be a budget, backpacker, free, what you can do in Melbourne. And the game plan is to try to walk as much of it as we can, which also I think will let us know what our limits are.
So we do have My Key cards on our Android devices. So if you have an Android, you can use the My Key for public transport here. Common theme for us is running into random parades. And it's Australia Day today. So there's an Australia Day parade going down. We'll show you what it looks like.
We have the Victoria Brunch order. Enjoy the rest of your Australia Day, everyone. I'll see you again soon.
There it goes.
Just caught it. So we missed it.
So we completely missed it.
By a little bit. Back to Flinders Lane.
Yeah. Flinders Lane was recommended to us as an awesome place to check out Melbourne street art, and it didn't disappoint.
We're on Center Place, which is off to the left of Flinders Lane if you're going away from Southern Cross Station. A little cool alleyway, a lot of nice cafes and places to grab coffee. So check it out if you're in Melbourne.
There's really no avoiding the crowds for this tourist attraction, but if you're willing to be patient enough to sift through people, the art is really cool. And if you haven't noticed, there's a lot of it. Talented people in this world.
Yes. So be sure to check out street art in Melbourne, but it's a bit stinky, so just be prepared for all the trash.
And it's very crowded. This little alleyway is not, so it's a nice break, but you deal with the crowds and all the Instagram pictures and move on. Melbourne is known for being the more European and artsy city to, say, Sydney. And even if street art really isn't your thing, you can definitely appreciate how all of this art contributes to the culture of Melbourne.
Just grab a takeaway coffee, wander around Flinders Street,
It's awesome.
and have your own art gallery. Shout out to Noah for letting us know about Flinders Street. Just wander around and you'll be sure to see plenty of street art. And now we might go to Fitzroy Gardens.
What time is it? It's almost 12:30.
History lesson. So we're going to Cook's Cottage, and Jenny read a little bit about it. but doesn't really know the guy's first name, but it's a cool story.
That's usually how my tourist history lessons go. So what I read is that I think his name is James Cook, and he was a famous explorer, and they took his parents' home that was originally in England, took it apart brick by brick, brought it all the way over here and rebuilt it, and now you can go visit the cottage.
A great free day in Melbourne.
That's beautiful out.
What do you think all these things are?
What? I don't know, I keep seeing them, and I'm very confused.
If anyone watching knows what these things around the trees are, please let us know in the comments below why they wrap these trees.
That's great. That was right.
James Cook.
Yeah, see?
Thanks, Jane.
I'm always happy when my history lessons turn out to be true. The cottage was a cute old little home, not much to see, but the gardens themselves were gorgeous.
Fitzroy Gardens were great. Now we're waiting for tram 48 to use our MyKey cards and head to Chinatown.
So all you have to do is download it, add money onto it, and then we didn't have to pay for a transit card.
But you need an Android phone. Sorry, iPhone people.
Another cool thing about Melbourne is if you're visiting just the Central Business District or the CBD, they have a free tram zone, so you don't even need a MyKey card. You can just ride the tram for free. Go Melbourne. And again, we encountered a crowd.
As you saw, did a quick shot. It wasn't an Australia Day parade, it was an Australia Day protest. So for the Aboriginal people here in Australia, they wanted to stop Australia Day to celebrate, them conquering the Aboriginal land. So they're just protesting, but they kindly let us walk through the road. So now we're in Chinatown.
Peaceful protest.
And
Seeing it all today.
We are. Try it open?
Like the world's first conquered.
What are we getting, Jenny?
Oh, we're getting roast pork noodle? Is that what it's called, I think? We're gonna get roasted pork noodle. That looks pretty good. I got chili sauce. I don't know if we need that, but I'm gonna go get a straw.
So it wouldn't be a vlog without food. So thanks to Jenny's friend Haley. Thank you, Haley, for recommending this place. This is Hangar Cafe in Chinatown in Melbourne. And we got roasted pork noodles. So it's like a sort of, I don't know, they look awesome. Got big pieces of pork.
Oh, yes.
Juicy. Should I go for it now?
Go for it.
Okay. I'll just try some noodles
Stop
first.
talking, start eating. This was a hawker stall in Singapore that won a Michelin star, I think for the chicken, but they established a restaurant here. And it's all really delicious, so. The best part is the pork. It's got this crispy, crunchy outer edge, nice and tender, and it's soaking in this juice. It's delicious. What happened?
Got another plate. It's really good. Really like the pork, the roasted pork, because it's really crispy, meaty, fatty, delicious. Hot sauce. And got some rice, just because. Thank you.
Alright, so if you're hungry and you're in Chinatown in Melbourne, come here. The first dish we got, the roasted pork noodle, was $10, and the second one, just the roasted pork, was $8. So it did not break the bank, and it was so delicious and clean and really nice.
Yeah, super efficient.
It was awesome. So thank you, Haley. You never steer us wrong with food. Also, we were just saying that this weekend is the Australian Open. It is Australia Day, and it is also the Chinese New Year. So
Good time to be in
we came at a crazy good time. So happy everything to everyone that celebrates.
Yes. And with some time to spare before heading back to the airport, we just wandered around Chinatown. It was a great way to spend some time cost-free and do the famous travel couple twirl. Nice one, Jenny. And after Chinatown, we were back to the SkyBus station, but got distracted by a few alleyways. That's my mate.
That's my mate.
Cool little street off. Is this Bork Street, love?
Sorry, what?
Did we come off Bork Street? Little Bork Street?
I would have to look. I think Rourke sounds right. I don't know, it's really neat how there's these little tucked off streets that you wouldn't really look down, and then there's shops and restaurants and bars all tucked away and hidden. It's pretty neat. Right, so it's just before 2:30. We saw what we wanted to see, and we only had about 45 minutes left, so we decided to come wait for a SkyBus. No trains go to the airport, so we're gonna catch a SkyBus for $18 each way and see how it works.
Using the SkyBus was super easy. We bought the tickets through the app on our phones, scanned in, and then waited in line until the bus showed and we were on our way. And we're back at Melbourne Airport. Jetstar departures Terminal 4. Check-in and lounge time. We'll see you there. The lounge was a perfect way to relax before our flight back home to Sydney. Jetstar wasn't as nice as our Virgin flight. There was less legroom and you had to pay for your seat selection. That's all good. You get what you pay for.
You're on board Melbourne-based crew. We'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Jetstar today and to look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you and good evening.